So you're in between getting the Boppy baby carrier and the Ergo Omni 360 baby carrier, and you're wondering which one's better. Well, in this video, I'm gonna be going over each of the price points, how to wear it, and which one could potentially be better for your lifestyle. Hey, my name is Josephine and I'm a registered nurse. Currently, I'm 36 weeks pregnant and looking at which baby wearing items are the best. I'm between the Boppy baby carrier and the Ergo Omni 360 baby carrier. So let's go ahead and start off with the Boppy baby carrier. So this is what the Boppy baby carrier looks like when you take it out of the box. And for this review, I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and put it on without reading the manual just to see how easy it is. Now here is the lumbar spine buckles and spine support. And they have these little tags around the carrier that says where each of the baby goes. So it has left shoulder, right shoulder. And as you saw, it showed where the baby's bottom went. So kind of has like a instruction manual on the Boppy baby carrier itself. So I'm just putting on the lumbar spine first. I feel like that would be the easiest. And then obviously you put on the shoulder straps. And then you're just gonna adjust as needed, just like I did. Now, as you notice, I am pregnant and I do have a big belly. So, you know, you probably would have the lumbar support a little bit higher than what I have put on. Because it's not comfortable for my stomach, I put it fairly low. Now I'm just adjusting the shoulder straps. Shoulder straps hang from the back side. And then you're just gonna adjust it. I think you can do cross, or you can just have it come to the front. Now we're gonna do the inward facing first. Obviously hold your baby much better than how I'm holding mine. And you're gonna put him in the little pouch where it says baby's bottom goes here. And the legs are gonna be sticking out on the side of your stomach. Now as you can see, the straps on the shoulders are coming off, so you do need to hold your baby to make sure that they are secure. I am a little bit petite in nature, so I did find that the shoulder straps were a little bit broad for me, and that's why they kept slipping off. And you just adjust as needed. And then I flipped up this head part because newborn babies need head support, so I figured that's probably what that is for. And then you're just gonna go ahead and cross tie from the back, and then bring it forward, and then you're probably gonna tie it in the front somewhere. I decided to tie it on the side because I didn't want to squish the baby or the teddy bear. And after reading the manual, I saw that that's what they did as well, so felt pretty good about that. And then you're just gonna adjust that tie as needed for just extra support with baby. And then you're gonna make it tighter or looser depending on how you did. Now I would normally put the baby's head and turn it, rotate it so that they're leaning on mom's chest. Obviously don't do it as rough as I did, but I think that's pretty much how it goes. Pretty simple enough. And then it's pretty easy to take off as well. Just gonna hold your baby and take off your shoulder straps first. Hold your baby and then take the other one off. Now let's go ahead and try the other facing direction. You're gonna take your teddy bear, obviously hold your baby much more sturdy and support that head and neck, unlike me. And then you're just gonna put the foot in the little, I think, foot holes here while supporting your baby. And then they're just gonna kind of sit in this little pocket. I believe here you can actually have their arms in, or you can have them hanging out. It's kind of up to you and your preference. So I decided to go ahead and cross the shoulder straps from the back just to give me a little bit more support. And then brought it to the front and decided that you could probably tie it in the back. Like I would probably do that for the baby when I have my baby, or you can tie it like how you did on the side like before. And I think this position is more so, it's better for babies who are a little bit older, probably like 15 plus pounds, because you want their head to not bobble around. And newborn babies, their heads are not steady enough to actually hold their heads up by themselves. So I think this position would only be really doable if your baby is able to hold their head up on their own. So I probably wouldn't recommend this for newborn stage. I'd probably just do the inward facing direction as opposed to this one, but this would be a great option for when your baby gets older and they want to start seeing people, that are away from you, and they can hold their head up. So anyways, deciding where to put this knot, and then you just adjust as appropriately and how comfortable you like, and then you have baby hanging from you. So I think that's what it looks like. So let's go over the pros and cons of the Boppy baby carrier. Pros, I would say the price is great. It's $49.99. And it's very easy to put on. I would give it a 10 out of 10 on how easy it is to put on. It is very comfortable. The fabric is so soft. It is machine washable. Some cons, the lumbar support isn't the greatest. The shoulder straps are not adjustable. And so for someone who's petite like me, I felt like the shoulder straps kept falling off. Because I do have a pregnant stomach, I don't necessarily think that this would be great for those who are plus size, just because when I put the teddy bear into the baby carrier, it just felt really tight and it just felt kind of uncomfortable. And the only other thing I could say as a con is there's only 2 positions to carry in, forward facing or inward facing. If you're finding this video to be helpful to you, definitely subscribe to my channel and like the video. So now let's move on to the Ergo Omni 360 baby carrier. So this is what the Ergo baby carrier looks like when you take it out of the box. It has a lot of buckles, has a lot going on, has a little instruction manual, and the back has some parts to it. Looks like it here has a detachable pouch. You can reattach it and you could probably put some snacks in it. To be honest, guys, this was a little bit too complicated for me, so I ended up reading the manual before I put the carrier on, just because there's so many different options. I mean, look at this manual. Look how big it is. And there's so many different types of ways to carry it. So let's go ahead and start. Look at Milo. He's trying to say, Mommy, I wanted help. So my little helper's helping. I put on the bottom first, the lumbar support. Obviously, my stomach is in the way. The strap is supposed to be higher in your midsection area, but because I do have a pregnant stomach, it is a little bit lower. So you get your teddy bear and you just hold your teddy bear like it's your baby. Hold it pretty secure. I had put on the carrier this way just because it was easier for me to reach in the back to attach it in the front. But I think there's so many different ways that you can go ahead and put this carrier on, which it's very versatile. So you just clip the buckle on in the front. Just make sure you're holding your baby with one hand and take the other and clip the other side. Now again, if you look at the lumbar support, it is supposed to be higher. It's supposed to be more so where baby's butt is, and the baby's head is supposed to be close enough to where you can kiss their forehead. So after that, you kind of just adjust. I think the baby's feet just goes out and you adjust to make sure that everything is tight enough. Obviously, if you can tell, the shoulder straps are not tight enough, and because I am holding a teddy bear, which is super, super light. So it is going to look a little bit different. Obviously, this is probably how the bottom is supposed to look. It's supposed to come up a little bit higher, and the baby's supposed to sit in that little pooch at the bottom, and then the shoulder straps are supposed to be tighter. This Ergo baby, you definitely need to read the manual before you try it on, just because there's a lot of different options you can do. And obviously my back lumbar support isn't symmetrical, but you know what, that's okay. We're learning. So as far as taking it off, I think it's fairly easy. You just kind of unbuckle the buckles in the front. That's kind of how I did it. I think there's just so many different ways you can do it. It's hard for me to reach in the back, so use your discretion on how you're trying to take it off. As long as your baby's safe, I think it should be fine. I usually go ahead and unwrap it from the top like that, hold my baby, and then keep my lumbar support on, and then put my baby down. So right now I'm actually getting ready to change the baby to be facing outward, and to do that you need to change these buttons to go more inward. And so that's what I'm doing that real quick. And I'm still looking at the manual that's on the floor because this is just a little bit too complicated for me. They also have a little manual where the butt goes. So you take your little teddy bear or your little baby, you hold him securely, and you take the baby carrier, put it over him. Just make sure that you're holding him very secure. And then I have been flipping it over my head because I can't reach the back buckle, and secure it to the front buckle. And I'll do that on the other side as well. Then you're going to want to adjust, and obviously because I do have a baby belly, you're going to see that once you kind of tuck the lumbar spine a little bit higher up into your stomach area, there should be like a little pouch area that the bottom of the baby sits in, to make sure everything is tight enough and secure enough. And obviously if you look at it, my shoulders are a problem, so I will need to work on that to fix how I can make it a little bit better. And you want to make sure you kiss the top of your baby's forehead. That means they're close enough. And this is essentially what it should look like, minus the shoulder straps not being tight enough, but you get the point. And this is where baby is facing outward, and the lumbar is not symmetrical again, but that's okay. And at this point, you guys should know fairly well how to take it off, so I won't go over that. Now, I'm not going to show you the other two positions that this carrier can do. It can do side positions on each of your side. Just read the manual for that, just because, this was kind of complicated for me. So let's go over pros and cons of this Ergo Baby carrier. Some pros of the Ergobaby Omni are lots of different options to carry. You have inward facing, outward facing, you have hip, and then you also can carry it on your back. The material and fabric is 100% cotton, so it's very, very breathable, and the shoulder and lumbar support straps are very padded. And the lumbar straps and the shoulder straps are adjustable, so I would say this is great for any size. It is machine washable, and this carrier allows for baby to get bigger and allows you to have good back and shoulder support. Now, some cons are, there is a steep learning curve on how to put this carrier on. I would give it an 8 out of 10, on 10 being the easiest to put on. I did have to read the manual before I put this on because there are so many different buckles and it just looked intimidating to me. You do need to practice before you get the hang of it, and it is on the pricier side. It is quite expensive at $139.99. If I had to pick between these two, I would probably go with the Omni 360 carrier, only because it does hold more weight, it does have more lumbar and more shoulder support, and there's just a ton of different ways that you can hold your baby. It does go from newborn to 45 pounds, as opposed to the Boppy only goes to 35 pounds, and it's not as adjustable as the Omni 360. However, I can see how the price can prevent people from getting the Omni 360. So if it's within your budget and you're within a budgetary constraint of less than $50 or less than $60, I would say go with the Boppy. It's a great choice. There are going to be some restrictions where you're not going to be able to adjust, and it does seem like the baby can outgrow the Boppy much faster than it would outgrow the Omni. But I will say both of these options are great, so you should put both of these options on your registry and see if you get either one. Question of the day: what are you looking for in a baby carrier? Put them down in the comments below, and if you have some recommendations on which baby carrier you love, put them down in the comments as well. Remember, it's always a great day to grow. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!